Happy New Year! We're very excited that you are joining us this new year. If you notice, the Christmas video and the New Year's video are kind of a similar vibe. We wanted to get it out kind of in real time, so we're still a little out of order. We have some videos coming from previous that, again, we're still kind of technically in video land. We're in Waco. But we're not in Waco. But we wanted to jump on here real quick and just wish you a very happy new year. Talk a little bit about 2022 and a little bit about 2023 and some things that have gone on.
Yes.
And that are going to go on. Initially, when we started this channel, it was about showing selling the house, buying the rig, getting into the rig, and then our kind of first time adventure into the rig.
Yeah, our whole process.
So since then, we've kind of been trying to figure out what we really want this to be. And from the beginning, we always said we wanted it before everybody else. We wanted to answer questions more than anything else. So I'm throwing the question out there to you guys. Wow. Hey.
You asked if I wanted to chime in.
Get guns. Some blooper reels. So the question is, what do you want to see from us? So let's talk about 2022. It's been a crazy, crazy year. We have not actually hit our official 1 year of doing RV life.
That's right. We're not even a year into this. And already we've sold our house, bought a truck, bought a rig, broke the rig.
Fixed it, broke it again, fixed it, broke it again. Fixed it-ish.
Put some things on the rooftop that you're going to find out about.
Not Santa.
Not Santa. Not reindeer.
That'd have been fun though. I'm driving down the road, have like the reindeer and
next year.
It'll be easy to spot. Something we consciously did in the very beginning, and this was you saying this, was let's start going down the path. And we've been very clear about our feelings towards certain things. And we've said God will open doors and He'll close doors. As long as doors are opening, we'll continue to go down the path until we get to a point of a decision, and then we'll have a deep, long conversation, or however long it takes. And to this day, I still think it was the smoothest process. There was one slight little hiccup in there, and it was only a little bit of resistance for like half a day.
And it ended up working out in our favor.
Yes, it did. Even better than I thought it would.
Even better.
And that just proves that even if there's a little resistance, if there's faith in what you're doing, that it's worth pushing a little hard on.
Well, right, and just stick in the path and making sure that that's where you're supposed to be.
But we started this whole thing essentially not being able to see any rigs on the ground, which is not the problem now. So we decided, you know what? Let's go look at some RVs. Let's fly to Tampa, Florida. So apparently the only Alliance Paradigm we're going to look at because they discontinued one of the models we wanted to see. Right. What's your first thoughts?
On paper, it met a lot of our needs. Had a place to sit for work and for eating. Had a place for Mishka's crate. Had decent storage. But I'd say overall it felt a little tight.
So after Tampa and all the excitement that was, we got home and realized that in order to move forward, we had to make some pretty big decisions, starting with putting our house up for sale.
And it also became very real at this time too. And so the emotion started to hit you of, oh crap, are we making the right decision? Do we really want to sell all these things that we have, not just value, but sentimental value?
Yeah, absolutely. All the warm fuzzies. So had to get that cleaned up, get it cleaned out to get onto the market, which was huge.
Yeah, we had a lot of stuff.
I had a lot of stuff. And, all the animals, finding places for them, making sure everybody had exactly what they needed for us to do this and that we were comfortable making that decision. So got that on the market, had the open houses and went through all the realtor stuff, had the garage sales, got our stuff moved out in different places, and it went fast.
It did. And right before we sold the house, we actually took our first big trip with the rig too. We took it to Gulfport, and I drove the rig by myself. It was the first big time tow. We had moved it a little bit, but nothing like that. And so we did our first big trip, and then we had to say goodbye to the house pretty fast after that. And so at that point, we'd moved into the rig, and we're attempting to acclimate. And it was smoother than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it definitely was. And I think that's the story, is that everything was smoother than we thought it would be and went quicker.
But it was emotional saying goodbye to the house.
Absolutely.
So we've said goodbye to the house. We're sad and also excited and happy. Drank some really bad flat champagne.
It's terrible.
And we had been in the rig for about a month or so, and we realized it was actually kind of lonely. Even though you're real close to people, it was a little bit lonely kind of in it. We were still acclimating, but we were searching for more, I guess is the best way to say that. In the search for more, we had our first issue with our RV. And if you bought an RV between early 2020 to now, my understanding is they're starting to get better again, but they produced so many rigs during COVID that inevitably the issues arose.
That's right.
And we had a slide failure. Our bedroom slide seized, luckily in the in position.
Yes, thank goodness.
It seized while we were trying to go find that community we so very much so were looking for. So we're trying to fix the slide, dealing with warranty stuff and dealerships and the non-fun side of RVing, but it's the necessary side.
Right.
And then we decided, you know what? We're going to go, the stars just aligned, and we were able to attend our first Switch It Up huddle.
Yes,
which
our
was,
first huddle at all.
Right, a rally huddle, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It was actually their second huddle of all time at Camp Fimfo in New Braunfels. And we got to hang out with, we met some really, really great friends.
Some amazing people. Kind of sparked the interest and just gave us what we were looking for, reassured us.
Well, and for me, when we got down there too, that sense of community and seeing what Todd and Sheila had built and getting to talk one-on-one with them, and then get to know Harold and Cindy, who we've had dinner with a couple times now since that's been over, Jason and Delynn, from Our Not So Perfect Life, and getting to know them meant a lot. And then everybody else. There's a ton of other people we're not even mentioning. But,
I know, there were too many people to mention. Absolutely.
and I'm going to say non-channel people. I'm hesitant always with throwing names out there that are non-channels. People that do YouTube have signed up for this. They're okay normally with their name getting out there. Other people haven't, and so until I get an official okay, I'm hesitant. I'm just sharing.
But we're seeing how everybody does it a little bit differently because everybody's getting something different out of it, and that's really cool to see.
Yep.
He's literally going to put it on right now.
What's he talking about? I'm wearing this whole leg.
Brian.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Hey, remember when I told you, I said, this could be fun, and I am incredibly sorry.
I was thinking I was getting a cowboy hat, but I sure got a whole outfit. Okay, this is good.
You might need a bigger rig for all of the costumes.
I got a lot of costumes.
You get to zip him up.
So in about August, we realized that our home has wheels, and we don't actually have to stay in the heat of Texas if we didn't really want to.
And don't worry, plenty of other channels and y'all reminded me of that in the comments. Like, I know it's 106. You know your house rolls.
It's true. So we found a good excuse to head out to Santa Fe, New Mexico for a horse show and explore around there. We went to we had some of our first not national park, but national monument and stuff type experiences. And that was just really cool to experience that. And we did really well at the horse show. So the Cross of the Martyrs was dedicated to the 21 priests and friars who lost their lives during a Pueblo Indian revolt in the 1800s.
Well, Santa Fe was absolutely awesome.
Absolutely.
Good food. Pretty sure I've had my filling of green chilies for the last decade now.
All the exploring and hiking and wandering around.
And views like that one.
Yeah, the weather's been fantastic.
It has. So, after Santa Fe, we head back to Fort Worth. We had to camp out for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, our big red husky Klondike's health started to deteriorate a little bit.
Yeah, he sure did.
And so we wanted to kind of stay put, spend some time with them. Also, my parents were coming back from Wisconsin and Texas.
Right.
So we needed to stay put. And that's exactly what we did.
Right. Those things took priority, just like,
Yeah.
happens in a regular house.
And we got a few great months with Klondike until, unfortunately, what was wrong with him just progressed to the point where he was in too much pain and we had to, unfortunately, let him go.
Right.
Which was sad.
But it was for his best.
Yes.
And we all know that.
Yep.
All right.
That leads into the most random and adventurous thing we had done. So we're now in fall. No, not even.
Remember, if the doors open, we walk through them.
Or in Lauren's case, kick me through it and she stands on the
I
other
stay
side.
back in safety.
So the Southwest RV Super Show was happening at Dallas Market Hall. We were there. And I've gone this whole time without mentioning Chris and Martha, so I'm sorry.
Oh,
so
no.
I even told her, don't go backwards in the timeline. I'm going to go backwards in the timeline. So back in Tampa, after she had left, there's a work conference every year right after the Tampa RV Super Show. That's for the PG of America that I always attend. And I have for coming up on a decade now. I stayed back. She flew home. And I always have a little bit of free time and I'm by myself. So naturally, what do? I go have fun. Sorry.
No, he doesn't go have fun. His version of fun, every year, Disney World.
Yeah, why not? It's fun. That's fun.
I know. I'm just saying, it's not like you're hitting the town.
Oh, yeah, no.
He goes to Disney World.
Negative. I might have a beer at Disney. That's my version of a party. There's through Facebook and through the video creation process, I got to meet a couple of creators. It was our first time, Kevin and Dawn and Chris and Martha.
Yes.
Well, Chris and Martha and we hung out at Disney World for a afternoon dinner and then the evening. And we kind of all hit it off. We stayed in contact a little bit, got to know each other.
We all, again, sans Lauren.
You know, somebody had to do the real job thing.
I
But
see a theme.
so we got to know them really well. So Chris and Martha, if you're watching this, first of all, we've greatly appreciated your friendship.
Yes, absolutely.
I think Phil and Stacy refers to the people they travel with and hang out with the most of their RV besties, and you guys are definitely our RV besties. So that was weird. I'm not blowing you a kiss, Chris.
I talked to Martha today. We talked about some amazing things.
That's terrifying.
Yes.
So, with that being said, now fast back up to the beginning, or where?
Okay.
No, so fast forward back up to where I just stopped and left off. Wait, that made no sense. So, with all that being said, now fast forward. You got the backstory of that. We were going through some issues with our RV, and we decided to go look at a toy hauler, just in case.
Just in case.
Just in case.
In case we hadn't spent enough money yet this year.
Pretty. And while we're sitting in there with our salesperson, looking at this rig, your mom's with us too, my phone starts to blow up. And I mean blow up. Chris, you know what I'm talking about. Well, I'm having a conversation with our salesperson, so not to be rude, I didn't answer. Chris, I told you this story. So I didn't answer it. After about the 5th phone call, I walked out of the RV, picked it up, and go, "You better be dying." And he's like, and his exact response was, "Can you get to Athens, Texas tomorrow?" We're in the Fort Worth area, so not far, 2 hours. Drop what I'm doing, come to Athens. Like for the day? Nope, 2 weeks. Man, what's going on? You got to give me more information than that. He goes, "Call me in a second." Okay, you just blew my phone up, but whatever. So we leave. I get on the phone with him, and he explains to me, and he's got Tony from the NRVTA, Todd from the NRVTA on the phone. Phil jumped on the phone from Today is Sunday, and he explained what had happened. They had kind of an issue come up, and they were missing a contestant for a new TV show, reality show kind of.
Yeah, but they wouldn't give him that much
no.
information.
Essentially, the only information I got was, it's a reality show, it's 2 weeks, you're boondocking, can you be here? That was about it.
That was it.
I said, give me a minute. It's not that I don't want to, but you're asking me to completely derail our lives for 2 weeks.
And leave your wife homeless.
Hold, please. Well, the initial intent was us both to go, but you couldn't take that much time off. So, hold, please. And what came of that, eventually, and I say eventually, a couple hours later, we said yes. And by we mean Lauren said, "You should definitely do this. Bye."
Bye. I'm taking the dogs and,
And I was working on proposals and all kinds of work stuff trying to scramble to catch up. I drove the next morning without Lauren or the dogs. She moved out of the rig for 2 weeks. I took it down to Athens, and I got down there and we filmed what is now out, well, not out. And then we filmed what became RV Unplugged. Got 2 weeks of hell coming.
I'm on to these guys now. There's tons of red herring stuff.
The blue team played dirty from the beginning.
Like, you don't want to run into her in a dark alley somewhere.
Welcome, everyone, to RV Unplugged.
Yes, we can beat anyone.
Who are we going to beat in a race? I'm going to beat everybody. So I'm going to say everybody besides us are the weakest links.
I'm not too afraid to say I think that we're the strongest on ours.
This is by far the most physical challenge we've had so far.
Come on, quick! 15 RVers going head to head to walk away with $10,000.
Get up, get up, get up. Let's go. 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
You're sending them now?
Oh,
Damn, he hung up. We gotta go. We gotta go.
I'm just gonna sit here and pick off everybody as they pick up the flag to give Ben time to go back, spawn.
We lost. Our team lost.
You know, we had a strategy.
I just wanted to compete and it felt amazing.
They have no idea what they'll be doing or who they will be going against.
So we need to keep those. It comes off here and goes in there.
They just want to be the first to win.
Why screw the one person that figured the clues out, called the team over there, and then you give it to, not you, they give it to somebody else.
Of all the things that could have happened at that elimination, to know that the team that found the one thing that could save them and the team who felt like they stole it right from under them, throw them back in there and they could have possibly been eliminated.
So I am incredibly excited for RV Unplugged to be out into the world. And if you thought I made an ass of myself on this channel, wait. Because I didn't have to worry about recording myself in this one. I just...
That too. And you didn't have your filter present.
RV Unplugged was an absolute blast. I cannot thank Todd and Tony from the NRVTA, and they're the guys that created this show. Chris and Martha for mentioning us, Phil and Stacy for taking a chance on us, and then all the other contestants for putting up with me. But it was a lot of fun. We made a lot of great friends. Also, if you're interested in this, that show is coming out on YouTube. So I keep saying show because it was filmed more like a reality series would be, like a Survivor type of a show. But it is going to be on YouTube. So make sure to go over to the YouTube channel, RV Unplugged, subscribe. All of that stuff's coming out in the spring. So we're dropping trailers about every month and a bunch of backstories and then the show itself. Also, this one's kind of important. We don't have a link for it yet because it's not up for sale as of this moment. But if you go to the website if you go to the website rvunpluggedtv.com, there is going to be an events tab. So we are doing a season finale watch party / rally. In May in Athens, Texas, just outside where we shot the show, essentially just outside the NRVTA. Most of the channels will be there. I know there's a couple that won't be able to make it, but a lot of the channels will be there. I believe there's only 2 that are not. And you'll be able to camp right where we shot the show. There's going to be all kinds of adventures, seminars, dinners, parties, extravaganzas.
And if all this is kind of exceeding your brain space, follow us on social media. We talk about it all the time.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's always a website. There's always a link. If you just need to be spoon-fed little bites, we can do that too.
Well, she can, I can't.
It's true.
So, that's RV Unplugged.
Okay. While he was there, there was a little bonus. Oh, okay.
In case you care, Wisconsin hockey's about to come on while he's there.
So while he was there, he had a little unforeseen complication, we'll call it.
I still blame Todd for leaning on the RV while I put that slide out. You know what I'm talking about, Todd.
That's right. No, so our floor plan is actually known to have a certain slide issue that's kind of been repairs in the works. This is not a big secret.
You, right down there. Sorry.
Interesting. So yes, they are known to have a certain slight issue. Repairs are in the works. This is not a secret of any kind. The problem was that this happened to flare up while he's boondocking and has
Nothing.
Essentially. I mean, you had Todd and Tony.
I had.
And so.
No, and those two guys were scrambling just to get the show shot. So
right, exactly.
I had about 3% of Todd and 0% of Tony.
So he was at the right place, thank goodness, to at least have somebody knowing. But anyway, so they kind of got an assessment on that. The slide completely seized. The problem with that is that it's our oven, and when it seized in, it also blocked the fridge and entry to the kitchen.
So we actually have a whole video and multiple videos. Over all that, we had to move out of the rig completely for about a month and a half.
A little over a month.
Yeah. We'll call it 5 weeks. So if you want to check any of those issues out, by all means, click the link in the corner. If you're on your computer or phone, if you're on your TV, it'll be down below. And you can check that out. I'm not going to lie, it doesn't make me all warm and fuzzy and happy inside, so I'm done talking about it.
No, I will say dealership didn't help us out a lot. Grand Design did hold up their end of the bargain.
Yes,
so
they did. Thank you, Grand Design.
Thank you.
So that pretty much catches us up to real-time-ish. There are a handful of videos of stuff that we have not talked about yet. A couple of a singular new partnership. And that video hasn't come out yet. It'll come out early January, mid-January sometime. So just know we are going to be picking back up here pretty soon. The whole country got hit with a cold snap. That's actually our next video after this one. Talking about cold weather camping. Because we were forced to.
We got the 100s and the highs, and we got the really, really lows. So we got to experience it all.
Texas really, really low, which is like zero-ish.
The wind chill was below zero. To me, that hurts my heart. Okay.
So 2022 was a year of a whole lot of highs, lows, and everything in between, and some random ones that we weren't even sure.
Learning curves, a lot.
So we've met a lot of really cool people.
Amazing.
That we will cherish some friendships for a very long time. Eventually you get to meet some of our new friends. Also, if you're going to be in the Tampa RV show, we are going to be there. If you go to todayissomeday.net or rvunpluggedtv.com, we are doing a RV Unplugged meetup. It is a paid meetup, but money's going to charity. It's Homes for Our Heroes, which is Phil and Stacy's charity, where they build homes for our veterans. So if you are in the Tampa area, please join us. Check out one of those two spots. I'll link both websites below. You cannot miss it on Phil and Stacy's. It hits you right in the face as soon as you get on there. The RV Unplugged one, you have to go to events, and it's under there. So.
Okay.
Any thoughts on 2022?
Before we move off of 22, I just want to say thank you to you guys, because we've had a lot going on, but you guys have completely exceeded our expectations. You have been wonderful and supportive, and we can't thank you enough. So.
Also, we're going to ask one other little thing of you.
Oh, we are.
And by we, she means I am. We appreciate the support. We appreciate you guys tuning in every week and watching us and interacting with us with the comments.
It's fun.
I will tell you, at this point, as the size of the channel we are, we had a goal when we left Tampa that we wanted to be able to go to the media day. That was our goal, which meant we had to be around 1,000 subscribers. We're at about 2,200 as we sit right now. And we pretty much more than doubled our goal.
So, never imagined doing that.
If you ever shared, commented, hit the like button. If you hit subscribe, if you're one of their channels that shared the content, like Chris and Martha, Today is Someday, Grateful Glamper, everybody from RV Unplugged. We can't thank you guys enough. We know we're the small kids on the block by a mile. It still feels surreal that we even grew that much in the first year. Do us a favor. We want to bring as many people together. We're already in the works of getting even more. We don't care that we're small. That's the best way to say that. What I care is about the interactions and the people. I don't want to just talk to this lens. I'm talking to the Roberts and everybody else that comments on the videos. And the Susans that are out there that I see comments every week and talk to through that. Time, and so I'm starting to see faces in the reflection of the lens. That's Lauren. So thank you so much. If you would do us a big favor and just share it with one other person.
There you go.
That's my request. And then I'll give you a virtual high five. So 2023, we know we're going to Tampa.
That was so much fun. It really was. If you haven't been, you have to go.
Yeah, even just the guy that's like the 87 instruments in one wandering around.
And if you see us, come say hi, please.
Yes, absolutely. We will have stickers.
Yeah.
I will be very noticeable as normal.
Per the use.
6'2" loud with a cowboy hat. I don't know how I'm not noticeable.
Bingo.
But yes, if you're around, come say hi. Please walk up to us. I don't care if I'm filming. Jump in the video if you're okay with being in the video.
Sure, go for it.
And just walk back there, say hi, pick your nose, do whatever.
Remember, this is all fun. This is all community.
So, obviously we're going to be in Tampa. What else lies out there for 2023?
I don't know.
Me neither, and that's the point. So if you have something you'd like to see us do,
yes,
please don't say fix something else on our rig, because I really don't want to do that.
Part of me hopes next year is just a little bit calmer. Just a smidge.
From a maintenance and like fixing the rig side, yes.
And a spending money side.
Oh, that's never going to be that way again, sorry.
So make sure to tune in next week, and until then, bye, Mom.